Okay, so it's day 28 and I want to welcome you back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me here at Blessed and Highly Flavored. You could be anywhere in the world, but you decide to watch this channel, so I do appreciate that. So this is episode 4 for me, but episode 3 has not posted due to some technical difficulties. I recorded the videos, there's sound on the videos. I have no idea where the picture went. So I'm working with Apple support to see if we can get the video retrieved. It's like the first half of my episode. For some reason, I recorded it right here on my iPhone the same way I'm doing right now, but for some reason those videos have disappeared. So once I work with Apple support and see if we can get them retrieved, I'll be sure to put episode 3 up because I'm excited to share episode 3 with you all. It was 2 of my favorite party dishes using 2 of my favorite ingredients, which is the cheesesteak sliders and spinach dip. And my 2 favorite ingredients are Greek seasoning and the onion soup mix. So after working with Apple support, maybe we can get them retrieved. If not, I'm still gonna get that video out to you all. I'm just going to have to talk through the first few minutes before the video comes back in so you all can know what to do so you can keep up with me. But anyway, so yesterday was Easter. Yay. It wasn't the traditional Easter, but we still enjoyed ourselves. My daughter always insists on dyeing eggs on Easter. She doesn't care. Quarantine, pandemic, coronavirus, we're dyeing Easter eggs. So that's what we did. And I'll be sure to try to remember to put a picture of the eggs that we dyed in my presentation later on. Maybe towards the end of the video, I'll include a picture of the eggs that we dyed. But for today, for episode 4, we'll be doing, I'll be preparing another one of my favorite dishes that I like to enjoy when I dine out at the Japanese hibachi restaurants, which is hibachi style fried rice. So I'm gonna do my own spin of hibachi style fried rice. I'm gonna do some teriyaki steak with it, as well as some sauteed zucchini. You can do zucchini and mushroom or whatever vegetables you prefer, but like I said, I'm just trying to prepare what I have in the household instead of having to go back and forth to the store. So we're gonna do zucchini. So we're gonna do hibachi style fried rice, zucchini, and we're gonna do teriyaki steak. I would like to go ahead and tell you that for the fried rice, if you're thinking about making this recipe, please go ahead and make your rice, your steamed white rice, at least a day in advance so it can be cold. So if you're thinking about making this recipe, make the rice first. Not only that, but we're gonna be making some homemade yum yum sauce because you can't have hibachi style food without yum yum sauce, right? Well, I can't anyway. So we're gonna be making the yum yum sauce as well. The yum yum sauce needs to be made in advance. Also, at least 6 hours in advance to overnight. So if you're thinking about making this recipe, follow me through this video so you can see how to make the yum yum sauce, but make it a day in advance. Just FYI. I don't want you to get to making your yum yum sauce and then the flavors haven't set in, but I'm gonna make it for you today. So I don't know. I'm really excited about today's video as well. I'm disappointed about my last episode from day 26, which was the cheesesteak sliders, but the show must go on. So here I am. I'm so grateful to all the positive people around me that are constantly reminding me of my purpose of doing this channel, which is to motivate others, and I get to do what I love. So that is what I am here to do. I'm here to cook for you and show you easy ways to prepare some of my favorites. Well, I try to make them easy anyway. Some of them can be a bit elaborate, but I thank you so much for joining me on my channel. I hope now during this time of craziness, we all are practicing social distancing, as well as, you know, wearing our mask and washing our hands. And if you're non-essential personnel, I hope you're really practicing just staying at home. And if you are essential personnel, I thank you, because I still need essential personnel. I'm not essential personnel, but I still need to be able to go to the bank, the grocery store. Every now and then I don't feel like cooking, like last night for Easter. Yes, we had Pizza Hut. So I want to thank the essential personnel for still getting up and going to work. But if you are not essential personnel, please do your best to stay at home. But for everyone out there, please stay safe. I do want to ask you to please subscribe to my channel, turn on your notifications, and click the like button. Also, don't be stingy. Please share this video with anyone you know who may be interested in making some of these recipes. So, I know I do a lot of talking at the beginning. I told you I like to talk. But we're gonna jump right into this video. I hope you enjoy. So, like I said, we're gonna jump right into making our yum yum sauce. To make the yum yum sauce, you're gonna need a few ingredients. So we're gonna start off with 1 1/4 cup of mayo. I'm gonna add that right to my bowl. Then you're gonna need 1/4 cup of water. And you're also gonna need a teaspoon of ketchup. And you need melted butter. So it's gonna be a tablespoon of melted butter. Okay, so that's my melted butter. 1 tablespoon of melted butter goes right in the bowl. And 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder. Get all of that out of there. Got some that doesn't want to come out. 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder. And a teaspoon of sugar. 1/4 teaspoon of paprika. And I like my yum yum a little spicy, so I'm gonna add 1/2 teaspoon of cayenne pepper. And then I'm just gonna take my whisk. I wanna get all my good stuff off my spatula. Don't wanna miss any essential ingredients. And I'm just gonna give it a mix. Now, like I said, this yum yum sauce does need to be made ahead of time, at least 6 hours in advance, so overnight. But as you can see, it's coming together quite nicely. So, there's my homemade yum yum. Okay, so now that our yum yum sauce is made, we're gonna go ahead and start preparing our fried rice. I went ahead and made some rice on yesterday. I did make it in the Pioneer Woman jumbo Dutch oven with lid. So I made some rice on yesterday and I refrigerated it overnight so it can be cold for our fried rice. In my wok here, I have 1 small onion. And I do prefer the Vidalia onions, but you can use whatever onion you prefer. Some recipes call for white onion, some call for green onion. It's solely up to you, but I do like to use the Vidalia onion. So I'm going to kind of just season it. I just simply put it in the pan with a little avocado oil. You can use olive oil or vegetable oil because it is fried rice. Some kind of oil needs to go on the bottom just so you can saute the vegetables. I'm going to put about a teaspoon of salt. I'm just going to put it right in there because I got to season my onions. And about 1/2 teaspoon of fresh ground black pepper. Just to season the onions up real good. I kind of just want to cook my onions just a little bit till they become aromatic. That means once you can smell them. And then I'm going to add my rice. So I'm just going to kind of make a well right in the middle. And I'm going to dump the rice right in. So I wanted to move you a little closer so you can actually see what's going on in my wok. So it's about 3 cups of rice. I'm going to turn up just a little bit to about a medium-high heat. The onions have sauteed, put my 3 cups of rice right in there. And then I'm going to add 2 scrambled eggs. The reason I like to add it to the rice is because I want the egg to kind of coat the rice and fry onto the rice, as opposed to scrambling the eggs and then adding the rice. So I like to kind of coat my rice with scrambled eggs. And I'm going to allow it to cook for just a moment longer. I'm going to go ahead and start adding some of my seasoning. So I have a tablespoon of garlic powder. I have a teaspoon of ground ginger. And then 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. 1 teaspoon of sesame oil. And I'm kind of get that all mixed in. Now, one thing I do love about fried rice is it's very versatile, meaning you can add whatever you like to your fried rice. I'm going to cook up my heat just to make sure it's on medium high. So some people like green peas and carrots in there. Some people just want the onions and the egg and the rice. Some don't want onion. It's totally up to you. I like everything in mine. So I'm kind of just trying to make sure that my egg is cooked. I'm going to add some butter. So I have 3 tablespoons of butter here. I'm going to add that right to my wok. So I want to make sure my rice is frying. I'm going to make sure it's hot enough. So I'm going to add some butter right in there. And then what I also like to add is I like green peas. So I have a 1/2 cup of green peas. And I have a 1/2 cup of carrots. Now with my carrots, you'll see in the ingredient picture, all I had was crinkle cut carrots. So all I did was slice them up and made them into little cubes so that I could add it to my fried rice, because I am trying to use everything I have on hand before I go to the store. So I'm kind of going to let this fry so it can crisp up. That's why I turned my heat up some. So we're going to let this go for a while my peas cook and my carrots cook and my rice kind of fries, and then we'll come back and check on it. All right, so now it's time to make our steak. The cut of steak that I'm using today is ribeye. So I purchased a pack of USDA ribeye, and I just simply went ahead and cut it into cubes, into bite-sized pieces. So I did go ahead and cut that up so I can add it to my pan. I'm going to be using the Pioneer Woman Jumbo Cooker. I'm going to turn it over a medium-high heat because I kind of want to get the meat to sear on the outside before it starts cooking the inside. I like to get a nice little crust on it, especially before I glaze it with some of my teriyaki sauce. So I did make homemade teriyaki sauce. I did not include it in the video today just because I'm trying to make the videos not so long. But I will tell you everything that went into the homemade teriyaki sauce that I made today. So for that, it was a 1/4 cup of soy sauce, a cup of water, a tablespoon of cornstarch, 4 to 5 tablespoons of honey, depending on your preference, a teaspoon of garlic, and a 1/2 teaspoon of ginger, the ginger that comes out of the little squeeze. But that is solely up to you. That is optional. The ginger and the garlic are optional. That's just a basic teriyaki sauce recipe that I prepared for my steak today. I will include the recipe down below the video so you will be able to access that recipe. It's really quick and easy to make. It takes maybe 5 minutes to make the teriyaki sauce. But I wanted to focus on the fried rice, the steak, and the zucchini, and the yum yum sauce, so I went ahead and made the teriyaki sauce separate. So now that my pan is getting hot, I am going to add a tablespoon of butter. And I'm going to go ahead and season my steak that I cut into the cubes. I'm just going to simply season it with, as you can see, my favorite salt, which is the Himalayan salt. So I'm going to do about a teaspoon of that, kind of get it coated on both sides. I'm also going to do some fresh ground black pepper, because you know I love my fresh ground black pepper. So I'm going to get my steak seasoned up with salt and pepper. And then when my pan is hot enough, I'm going to add it to the pan and I'm going to get it seared up. So my pan is definitely hot enough. I'm going to go ahead and add my ribeye straight to the pan. Like I said, I like to get it really, really hot so I can kind of sear the meat on the outside. I did trim some of the fat off the ribeye, but I kind of prefer the fattier pieces, so I left most of the fat on the steak. But if you want to use a leaner steak, you can please feel free to use a leaner cut of steak. I like ribeye. You can use New York strip steak. Really whatever steak you prefer. But we love ribeye. So when I say I'm trying to get a little seared on the outside, let me turn that just so you can see. That's what I mean. I want to get a little sear on the outside of my meat. So I'm kind of just picking it in the butter, allowing it to sear on the outside. I do like my steak cooked about medium. So, because it's already cut in the cube, this is about 5 to 6 minutes, and my steak will be ready. Probably less than that, maybe 3 to 4. But if you prefer your steak cooked for a longer period of time, if you like medium well done, of course you would cook it longer. But for medium, I'm going to do about 4 to 5 minutes. Pick it up in the pan. After it's done cooking, I'm going to add some of my teriyaki, and then we'll be ready to make our vegetables. Okay, so my steak has cooked for about 4 to 5 minutes. It's about medium temp. And as you can see, my pieces of steak have a nice brown sear to them. That's just the way I wanted it. So I'm going to turn off my heat. And then I'm going to add about, I have 1/8 of a cup right here. So about 2 to 3 tablespoons. It's totally up to you. But I'm going to add my homemade teriyaki sauce. I'm going to add about 1/8 of a cup right to my steak. I'm going to do a little more. And then I'm going to give it a mix. Like I said, my heat is off. I'm basically just allowing the sauce to loosen up and coat the meat. But it's nice and caramelized. It looks and it smells amazing. Look at that. Look at that steak. So, that's my ribeye all seared up. My fried rice is back here and it is ready. So now we just have to make our vegetables and we will be ready to plate our hibachi style dinner. So I did want to take a moment and show you how I like to cut my zucchini. So of course I cut off either end of the zucchini. I cut it in half. I lay the half size pieces on the side of one another. I give those a cut down the middle. Now I have 4 pieces. And this is a larger style zucchini. So I'm going to just do another cut just because I want skinnier strips. So I'm going to do another cut here, another cut on either side. So now that half's in 4 pieces. Do the same to this other half. Try not to make it too skinny because you want them to be even sized pieces so they'll cook evenly. But here you have it. And then I go through and I just, depending on how long you want it to be, I give it a cut. And here we have it. This is how I like to cut my zucchini when I'm making my hibachi style vegetables. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the rest of my zucchini cut up and my onions so that we can go ahead and get them in the pan. Okay, real quick, this is how I'm gonna cut the onion as well, just in case you are a beginner in the kitchen and you have not cut an onion before. You cut it in half first. You'll cut off either end of it. Then you'll simply be able to peel that top layer that is inedible. Peel it right off. And then I like bigger pieces with my hibachi style zucchini. So I kind of give it 4 nice size chomps. You can see here, I cut it in 4s. And then this way, I'm gonna give it 2 chops. So it's 3 sections, 4 sections this way, 3 sections this way. And then I end up with onion pieces about this size. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut the other half. I just wanted to show you the quick and easy way to chop your onions or to cut your onions for your hibachi zucchini. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get our zucchini sauteed. This is about 3 medium to large size zucchini. I'm gonna cook about half of it right now so I can go ahead and get it plated. So I'm gonna start with about a tablespoon of avocado oil in my frying pan, by the Pioneer Woman, of course. I'm gonna turn it over a medium-high heat. I know that's my favorite temperature to start off cooking with, but I like to go ahead and get the pan nice and hot and ready to where I need it to be to start cooking. So with that tablespoon of avocado oil in the pan, I'm just gonna add the onion right into the pan. And I just kind of want to cook the onion until it breaks apart. Or you can pull the pieces apart, however. But I'm gonna go ahead and just cook that. See how hot that pan is? Now I can turn it down to about a medium heat. It's keeping up a lot of noise. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and cook the onion. While the onion is cooking, I will say this. I know you saw me prepare 1 ribeye steak. All of these recipes can be multiplied. I'll put the recipes down below. I only did 1 ribeye steak because it's for myself and my daughter. The other people in the house, they prefer seafood. They're pescatarians. So I also am going to do some shrimp and some scallops for them. Shrimp and scallops is just as simple as doing the steak. Salt and pepper it, cook it, glaze it with your homemade teriyaki sauce. You can do shrimp, scallops, chicken, whichever meat you desire. But for us, we're having ribeye. So I kind of got my onions started just a little bit. I just wanted to give them a head start on the zucchini. And then I am going to add some garlic and our zucchini and our seasonings to the pan. And we're going to go ahead and saute our zucchini. Okay, so here is our onion in the pan. And we're going to add some, let me adjust my camera. We're going to add about a ½ tablespoon of minced garlic. Kind of let that go in the pan for about a minute, 30 seconds to a minute, just so you can get the aromatics off of the garlic. Once you have that going, I'm going to add, like I said, about half of my zucchini. So about, I'm going to say this is about 1 zucchini, 1½ zucchini. I'm going to add right to the pan. Kind of make sure all our pieces are broken up. Give it a mix. And then here I have one of my favorite seasonings. This is about a ½ tablespoon of Greek seasoning. I'm going to shake that right on top of my zucchini. And I'm going to give it a mix. And I'm going to allow my zucchini to cook at least 5 minutes. I prefer my zucchini to still be kind of firm. I don't want it too delicious, so I'm going to cook it for about 5 minutes. Get some nice little color on it. I may turn up my heat just a little bit to ensure that I get some nice color on the zucchini, but I'm going to cook it for about 5 minutes, like I said. And then we'll be ready to plate our hibachi style dinner. Okay, so here we are about halfway through our cooking time. As you can see, they have a nice little caramelized color to them. I turned the heat back down to about a medium heat now so they can continue to cook thoroughly. I'm constantly stirring them, except for when I want to get a little color. I let them just sit in the pan like this for about a minute where they can get some color on one side. But I would recommend that you constantly watch your food. One thing that's important about cooking is it's not one of those tasks that you can just walk off and leave. When it's time to cook, you need to be present in the kitchen at all times. So that is what I'm doing here with all of my meals. I like to stay right here in the kitchen with it. Here's my zucchini. Like I said, we're about 3 or 4 minutes in. I'll let it go for about a minute more, and then I promise we'll be ready to plate. All right, so here we go, our hibachi style dinner with our sauteed zucchini, our teriyaki ribeye, and our fried rice is just here in the back. Garnished it with a little green onion. Of course, when it's time to eat, I would top it off with some of our homemade yum yum sauce that I made in advance, of course. As well as I like to add a little extra teriyaki sauce to mine. Please feel free to modify these recipes in any way you see fit. Like I said, you can use whatever protein you like: chicken, beef, shrimp, salmon, scallops, whatever you like. You can season it up, put a little teriyaki sauce on it, and serve it on the side of your zucchini and your fried rice. I would like to encourage everyone to stay safe, to please practice social distancing, and I would also like to thank you for joining me today on Blessed and Highly Flavored. Please subscribe to my channel, turn on your notifications, and click the like button. Also, don't be stingy. Share these posts with people that you may know that are interested in cooking, interested in making these recipes, or just like watching people cook, because that's what I enjoy to do. Until next time, I hope you have a blessed and wonderful day.